Good evening and welcome to the Town of Hinton virtual information session for the Hinton Votes 2021. I'm Sandra Rendell. I am the Deputy Returning Officer, and tonight we'll be going just over a few things about nominations, candidate eligibility, inability, nomination requirements, filing your nominations, duties of mayor and council, campaign contributions, receipts, disclosure, campaign advertising, third-party advertisers, signage, and campaigning. So a brief overview of the 2021 election. Hinton will elect 1 mayor and 6 councillors. Key timelines and dates. The nomination period this year is January 1st to 12 noon, September 20th, 2021. Your campaign period runs from January 1st to December 31st, 2021. The advance vote will be held on Thursday, October 8th, with election day being Monday, October 18th, 2021. And then campaign disclosure statement deadline is March 1st, 2022. So the municipal elections are governed by the Local Authorities Election Act. They govern school board elections in Alberta also. This sets out rules and regulations for candidates, donors, electors, and election administrators that must be followed before, during, and after an election. The LAEA was updated September 1st, 2020, and includes amendments related to the nomination period, contributions to campaigns, and advertising. To be eligible to run in this year's election, the person may be nominated if the person on nomination day is eligible to vote in that election, at least 18 years old, a Canadian citizen, and has been a resident of Hinton for 6 consecutive months immediately preceding nomination day. So March 20th, 2021, and is not otherwise ineligible. A candidate is not eligible to be nominated if on nomination day, the person is an auditor for the town, is an employee of the town unless that person takes a leave of absence, owes taxes to the town in excess of $50, or the person owes the town any amount exceeding $500 for more than 90 days, or the person has within 10 previous years been convicted of an offense under the Local Authorities Election Act, the Election Act, the Election Finance and Contributions Disclosure Act of Canada, Elections Act. So nomination requirements. So candidates for mayor and councillor are required to complete and submit the following forms. So Form 4 is the nomination paper and candidate's acceptance form. The form needs to be filled out completely, and it requires 5 signatures. And the 5 signatures must be from a resident of Hinton. They must be an eligible voter. And then also Form 5, which is the candidate information form. It asks the candidate to disclose campaign, bank account information, and information where the records will be maintained. Also, there is a release of candidate information and a release of official agent information. These forms are optional. So filing your nominations, you need to submit the forms. Your nomination forms must be submitted during the nomination period, which is from January 1st to 12 noon, September 20th, 2020. The forms can be submitted in person. If they're brought in person, we can commission your Form 4, or you can send them in by courier. You can mail them in, drop them off in the town drop-off box. But if you do that, the Form 4 must be commissioned. And just keep in mind that if you want to run an election, a candidate may not accept any contributions or incur any campaign expenses until the candidate files the nomination paper with the town of Hinton. Some people wonder too, can I withdraw my nomination if I change my mind? And yes, you may withdraw your nomination any point until 12 p.m. on September 21st, 2021, which is 24 hours after the conclusion of the nomination period. Then we go over the duties of the mayor. The mayor is the chief elected official of the town and has duties that encompass those both of councillors and the chief elected official. Currently, the mayor position is full-time. The mayor also has additional responsibility as head of council, chairing council meetings, participating in intermunicipal, intergovernment, and regional matters, and representing the town as the main dignitary and council spokesperson. The mayor usually has more office duties and more social obligations than councillors. For additional information on the duties of a mayor can be found under Section 154 of the Municipal Government Act. Duties of a councillor. Our councillor positions are deemed to be part-time. As an elected official, you'll put in significant hours in your role and meeting your responsibilities. Some duties of a councillor include considering the welfare and interests of the town as a whole, and to bring to council's attention anything that would promote the welfare or interests of a town, participate generally in developing and evaluating the policies, programs of the municipality, participate in council meetings, council committee meetings, and meetings of other bodies to which they are appointed by council. Also, additional information on the duties of a councillor can be found under Section 153 of the Municipal Government Act. So then, campaign contributions. Contribution is something that is given to a candidate to support their campaign. This includes money, use of property, or a service. Only individuals who reside in Alberta can contribute to a candidate's campaign. Individuals can contribute up to $5,000 to a candidate in the campaign period. Individuals can support an unlimited number of candidates and must be eligible to make a contribution. As a candidate, you can self-fund up to $10,000. Contribution receipts. So candidates are required by the Local Authorities Election Act to provide a receipt for every contribution accepted. And you must retain a copy of the receipt for every incurred expense. Issued receipts should include the name of the candidate or campaign, the name of the person contributing, the amount or value of the contribution, and the type of contribution. And also remember, never accept any contributions until you have filed your nominations papers with us here at the Town of Hinton. Campaign disclosure. So Form 26 is a campaign disclosure statement and financial statement. It provides information on all contributions and expenses, including outside the campaign period. All candidates are required to submit this form, which is Form 26, to the town by March 1st, 2022. This includes if you're self-funded. So best to begin tracking your contributions and expenses as soon as possible. Campaign advertising. Campaign advertising activities and advertising on properties surrounding voting stations will be prohibited. Returning officers can enforce the restriction on campaign activities or advertising at voting stations by causing the campaign advertising to be removed and instruct those obstructing the voting process or taking part in the campaign activities to leave the property. Third-party advertising is restricted in municipal and school board elections, including registration, and this includes registration requirements and expenses, limits on expenses. So a third-party advertiser is an individual, corporation, or group who promotes a municipal candidate through the election advertising. Third-party advertisers can take part in election advertising from May 1st to October 18th, 2021. Advertising is not allowed in voting stations. All third-party advertisers who intend to incur expenses or contribute at least $1,000 must register with the town of Hinton. Then signage, the permitted areas, so residential, commercial, industrial, and special areas. Max sign dimensions is 2 meters square, and the 1.5 meters in height. And the time period, the sign shall be erected no more than 60 days prior and shall be removed 7 days after election day. And it shall not be placed on any location that affects traffic safety or visibility. You can also contact the town of Hinton if you require any further information on signage. So campaigning. During the campaign period, only official candidates can receive contributions and incur campaign expenses. You are considered an official candidate after Form 4, your nomination paper and candidate's acceptance has been received by the returning officer. The LAEA does not provide guidelines on how to campaign, nor does the town of Hinton, but the LAEA does provide direction on activities not permitted, such as bribery and undue influence. So who to contact? You can contact the town of Hinton regarding the nomination process, campaign regulations, election day and post-election services. You can contact municipal affairs for candidate and voter eligibility, LAEA or other legislative questions. And you can contact Elections Alberta for financing and contributions. So that, yeah, and then just our contact information. I'm the deputy returning officer, and yeah, at any time, our election is Monday, October 18th. Our polls will be open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And yeah, if you have any further questions, you can stop in at the office. It is open to the public now. You can give me a call or email. And if you do have any questions tonight, you can put it in the comments section and we will find those and we will reply to anybody that has any questions. And that's all we have for tonight. So thank you and have a great night.